Title: How the Internet Actually Works. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever stopped to think about what actually happens when you open your browser, type in google.com, and hit enter? It feels instant and effortless, but behind that simple action is a mind-blowingly complex system involving millions of computers, wires running under the ocean, satellites in space, and a global set of rules that keeps everything working. That system is the Internet. And today, I'm going to walk you through how it really works, in plain, human language. Do not hesitate to subscribe, like, and comment for more educational videos coming your way from this channel. Let's start with the basics. The Internet is not a single thing or a single place. It's a global network of networks. Think of it like the world's biggest and most complicated spider web, made of devices, cables, routers, switches, satellites, and servers, all talking to each other using agreed-upon rules called protocols. It connects your phone, laptop, or smart fridge to people and systems all over the world. But the Internet isn't owned by any one person, company, or government. Instead, it's made up of thousands of independently operated networks, from small local providers to massive corporations, that all agree to cooperate so we can access and exchange information seamlessly. So what actually happens when you go online? Let's say you're sitting at home and you type www.example.com into your browser. Your device, whether it's a phone or a computer, doesn't magically know where that website lives. It needs to figure out how to reach it, like asking for directions to a house you've never visited. But instead of asking a person, your device turns to something called the Domain Name System, or DNS. DNS works like the Internet's phone book. It translates human-readable website names like example.com into something computers understand, IP addresses like 192.0.2.1. These addresses are like street addresses for computers and servers. Every device connected to the Internet has an IP address, yours, mine, and the server that hosts the website you're trying to visit. Your device sends a request to a DNS server, often managed by your Internet Service Provider, ISP, or a service like Google DNS or Cloudflare, and that server responds with the correct IP address for the site you're trying to reach. Once your device knows the IP address, it creates something called a data packet, a small bundle of digital information that contains your request for the website. But instead of sending the entire web page in one giant load, the Internet breaks everything into smaller packets. These packets are routed across the Internet through a chain of routers and switches, each one moving it a little closer to the destination, like passing a letter through multiple post offices. These devices look at the destination IP and decide the best path for the packet to travel. This routing process is dynamic, meaning it can change based on traffic, outages, or efficiency. Now, how do those packets get from point A to point B? That's where the physical infrastructure of the Internet comes in. While it might seem like everything happens in the cloud, the truth is, the Internet is very much grounded in physical hardware. Most of the data moves through fiber optic cables that run underground, between cities, and even across oceans. That's right. There are massive undersea cables crisscrossing the globe, connecting continents and carrying over 95% of all international Internet traffic. Satellites and wireless systems like 5G also play a role, especially in remote areas, but they're slower and more limited than good old-fashioned cables. Once your request reaches the web server, the computer on the other end that hosts the website, that server processes your request and sends the data back to you, again broken into small packets. Those packets travel back through the Internet using a similar route, or sometimes a different one, until they reach your ISP, your router, and finally, your device. Your browser then reassembles all those packets, loads the HTML, CSS, images, and videos, and displays the site for you, all in a matter of milliseconds. But wait, we've talked about the Internet, so what's the World Wide Web? Aren't they the same thing? Not quite. The Internet is the infrastructure, the hardware, the cables, the protocols, the entire network that moves information around. The web is just one of the many services that runs on the internet. Specifically, it's the system of interconnected documents and pages you access through a browser using links and URLs. Other services that run on the internet include email, file sharing, online gaming, video calls, chat apps, streaming services, and so much more. Behind the scenes, all of this communication is managed using protocols, sets of rules that define how data is formatted and transmitted. Two of the most important ones are TCP/IP and HTTP/HTTPS. TCP/IP handles how data packets are sent and received, ensuring they arrive complete and in the right order. HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, is what your browser uses to request and display websites. The S in HTTPS stands for secure, meaning your communication is encrypted, which protects your data from hackers or eavesdroppers. And here's a crazy thought. All of this happens: the DNS lookup, the routing, the data transfer, the reassembly, every single time you load a new web page or stream a video or send a message. Billions of these interactions happen every second around the world, quietly and reliably, thanks to decades of collaboration between engineers, scientists, developers, and organizations. It's a miracle of modern engineering, and most of us never even notice. So the next time you hop online, remember, your simple click is actually the final step in a long digital journey, one that spans the globe, moves at the speed of light, and runs 24/7 to keep the world connected. Thanks for watching. If this video was helpful, so share, comment, like, and also switch on the notification bell to be notified when next we post more educational and tech videos. Take care, and see you in the next video.